Hey, what's up, guys? So today we have this device. This one is iPhone 5, a decade-old device released back in 2012. Today we're going to explore this device and try to find out how usable this device is in 2024. So let's get started. So this is a Apple's 2012 flagship device. So it was a really good looking device. As you can see, it still looks pretty good actually, because the design you are seeing here is pretty much similar to newer devices like Apple's 12 to 15. All those devices still looks pretty much similar to this device. And as you can see here, it still looks premium device actually. And one thing about this device, it's a little like it's a tiny device compared to today's device. The display here is actually 4-inch retina display, which is 640p, and it still looks sharp actually, and it's get pretty bright. And currently this device actually running on iOS 10, and iOS 10 is not really supported anymore, and it doesn't support much application. And the update I got here actually is from 2019. So after 2019 it did not get any kind of update, so kind of stuck with the old iOS. Now currently you can't do much with this device, as you can see here. As this device support 4G LTE, I can take phone calls, I can make phone calls, and also can do text messaging. All those things are working perfectly fine. The device I have here is actually 16 gig variant, and it is working perfectly fine actually. As for my experience, I have been using this device few days now, just trying out what I can do with this tiny device. So I did download few application here, as you can see, and the application you're seeing here, all of them actually are downgraded version of their latest version. For some reason, most of the application doesn't work anymore. If you are downloading some offline application, those will work perfectly fine. But if you are downloading online applications, they will not going to work anymore. Like I did install WhatsApp here. So WhatsApp doesn't work on iOS 10 anymore. So as you can see, I can't use WhatsApp on this device. As you can see, it's saying the iOS version is too old to run WhatsApp. But Facebook and Messenger do work, and so does Spotify, and Telegram also working. So this application's working perfectly fine, no issue with this. So if you are like a Telegram person rather than a WhatsApp person, maybe you can still use this as a primary device. But there are few things to consider actually. I'll be going to those things later on. And I did install few games here. Obviously it cannot run heavy games, but the older version of these games actually working pretty fine, like Subway Surfer, Temple Run, and Temple Run 2, Fruit Ninja. These games are working perfectly fine. And if I open App Store, there are not much application available for iOS 10 right now, and the device is also not really that fast. And there are few application I can download. Clash of Clan might work actually. I do play Clash of Clan on my Android device, but I did not try it here. Let me try to download this one. Maybe it will try the older version of it. As you can see, do you want to download the last compatible version? So that means you can download the older version of it. Maybe it is not going to work, as this is online based game, so it's not going to work. But yes, I don't think you can play any online games here. Almost most of them are updated, so downgraded version may not work. But if you download offline games, those going to work perfectly fine. Like if I download Magic Tiles, because it's an offline game, so it will download the last compatible version of iOS 10, and it will work flawlessly. Like these games I have downloaded, these are working perfectly fine. Now, how usable this device is? If you're talking about usability of this device is still perfectly usable. Like phone call and messaging working perfectly fine. And one of the best thing of this device, although it's a decade-old device, the camera. Back camera is actually a 8 megapixel camera with autofocus, and it does work perfectly fine. I did take some picture with this, and it is pretty smooth actually. It still works flawlessly. There is HDR mode which works also pretty fine. Yes, there are not really much feature like today's devices, but it's really usable. Actually, it's really usable. And also you can shoot 1080p 30 fps videos, and the front camera is actually pretty average camera, so no need to say anything about it. So in terms of like a smoothness, the device does work flawlessly. I haven't faced any kind of issue. Yes, like the YouTube doesn't work anymore, as you can see, and you can go like by browser, you can still watch YouTube videos. It's going to be pretty slow, but it works, as you can see here. Although the app was running in background, still it loaded the whole page. And the speaker quality is really good. It still works pretty good. And also we have a 3.5 mm headphone jack. So you can still use this device for listening music, and you can use this device as an iPod. Unfortunately, the device I have here is a 16 gig variant, but I do have a 64 gig variant here, but it got iCloud actually, so I can't really reset this one. I have to use this device as it is right now. This one actually working flawlessly, no issue. So in terms of usability, this device works perfectly fine. As a secondary phone, still you can use this device. So the main issue you're going to have with this device right now, it will be battery issue actually. So battery is not really that strong on this device, although the battery on my device is actually pretty new. It got 98% health left, and it still works flawlessly. No issue with that. But the battery will be a big downside of this device. But if you are using this device as a secondary phone just to take phone call and messaging and to listen music, I don't think you're going to have any kind of issue using one of this device. And one thing about this device, it's pretty light actually. It will go inside your pocket. You will not know that it is in your pocket. So it is a pretty nice phone and still pretty much usable. Although you cannot use most of the latest application, but certainly main application like Facebook and Messenger working flawlessly. And although WhatsApp is not working, but we do have Telegram which is working. So Telegram does work, as you can see. I can log in to my Telegram account without any kind of issue. Telegram is working, Facebook is working, Spotify is working. I think it's a pretty much a usable device and still works flawlessly. And also one more thing you can do with this device right now is that you can jailbreak this device and you can modify the firmware and can install few more application here. Maybe you can run YouTube, but I don't think those will be that much usable still. And also it will be great if I can downgrade this device to iOS 7. It will run pretty much better than what it is running now. But unfortunately it's not possible right now. But anyway, still pretty much a usable device. So that's all about iPhone 5, which is running on iOS 10. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.